Hot Springs Village Inside Out is a closer look at the greatness of Hot Springs Village, Arkansas, and the surrounding areas. People, places, experiences. Hot Springs Village is one of the most beautiful places on earth. Join me, Randy Cantrell, and my co-host, Dennis Simpson, as we engage in weekly conversations to explore Hot Springs Village Inside Out. Today's show is brought to you by Central Arkansas's favorite radio station, KVRE. Find them on the dial at 92.9 FM. Stream them live at kvre.com. RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village, the award-winning RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village, is the largest real estate office inside the village with over 30 full-time agents and support staff. Visit them to learn more about this beautiful place to solve your real estate needs. Call them today at 1-800-364-9007 or find them online at explorehsv.com. They are RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village at 1-800-364-9007 or online at explorehsv.com. Ike Eisenhower State Farm. Ike and his award-winning team have been serving the insurance needs of folks all around Hot Springs Village since 1998. Ike has qualified for State Farm's President's Club, Chairman's Circle, and Hot Springs Village Insurance Agent of the Year. Call them today at 501-984-4100. That's 501-984-4100. You can also find them online at ikeeisenhower.net. Call them today for your insurance needs because, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Dennis Simpson here again with Hot Springs Village Inside Out and the two shows that didn't happen. I think they're going to happen. I know they're going to happen. I'm going to be on a little sabbatical. We're a few weeks ahead, and Diane and I are going to take a vacation with my parents and go into Gatlinburg. Looking forward to that. A lot of times, and for Randy and myself both, I think a lot of times people don't understand. We work hard. We work really, really hard. Yeah, look, this is fun, and it's not that hard to do. But this is not all I do, as you can tell. You know, we have Airbnbs. I have a telephone company. I have an IT company. I do work at the radio station. Lots of stuff. Okay. All that to say, I want to speak and do a shout out to a couple of guys today. Mr. Kevin Green, who stood me up for an interview today. And I'm thinking also, I may come back to that in just a second, but Kevin Green, and as people call him, Pastor G. This is Ronnie Gilmore. And you say, okay, why are you doing a show about people that didn't show? Because they have a really good reason. Keith Green runs a kind of a car lot down at the bottom of the hill, right across from Walmart. I think it's Hot Springs Village Wholesale, I believe. Great guy. Rick Marshall has bought a car from him or two. We've worked with him on some other stuff. Had him detail our cars. Great guy. What you don't know is that he's a prison minister, and that at 3 a.m. this morning, before our appointment meeting today, he got a phone call that asked him to come to the jail. And at 3 a.m. this morning, while you and I and all of the watchers were sleeping and resting peacefully in our bed, which sleep's a big thing to me, he got up and went to prison. Now, one of the little details you don't know about me is that I'm a licensed minister, and I also do prison ministry, but my prison ministry was about 10 years ago at the ATAC, which is the youth center in Alexander, here in Arkansas, not far from here. And myself and a group of volunteers worked with the Kairos Project. And if you know anything about that Kairos Project, it basically was set up for children of inmates. And you say, well, why are you ministering to children of inmates? Guess what? If you're an inmate, the odds of your child being an inmate are nearly 6 times greater. Yeah. Every child we worked with, virtually, their parents were in prison also. So it's a cause near and dear to my heart, and it's the Lord's work. It's the Lord's work. And that's not flattering myself or Kevin or Pastor G, who we're going to talk about in just a moment. It's simply a matter that there are those, somewhat like our POA members, like our police staff, like our fire staff, that donate and contribute to the community in ways you don't even recognize because you're not there and we're not putting them in front of you. I had hoped to bring you an interview today with Kevin Green. Like I say, runs Village Wholesale. Great guy, great guy. But he got a call out this morning at 3 a.m. to go to prison. And he sent me a message at 5 o'clock saying, I'm not going to be able to be on your show today. Probably would have been a lot nicer to sleep in and have a 10 o'clock appointment with me, and I'll have coffee and be rested and relaxed and ready to chat and talk and giggle a little. But he spent the morning in prison with an inmate. There you go. So we're looking forward to his show. Ronnie Gilmore, we're going to talk about him for a minute. Pastor G, who is the pastor at the First Assembly Church here in the village, just down beside the Woodlands, just not on very far. They have a little railroad tug that they pull the kids around, and I'm talking, it looks nearly, car size. It's fun. And name's Ronnie Gilmore, Pastor Ronnie, and he asked everybody to call him Pastor G. Well, Pastor G and I have a passing acquaintance. I haven't been able to talk with him as much as I wanted, and we've had trouble lining up an appointment. But Pastor G got a phone call last February, coming up on a year ago, when one of our clients, one of our guests, drowned on Lake DeSoto. And as a pastor, but primarily as a chaplain for the fire department and the police department, he came and spoke with our guest, the parents of the guest, the girlfriend of the guest. He spent a great deal of time with her and her parents, trying to help her cope with this loss. Imagine, and I'm not trying to be overly dramatic, but imagine seeing your boyfriend, who you hadn't seen in a few weeks, who had a ring for you that he was going to propose to you February the 14th. The ring was back at the room where they were staying in one of our units. And imagine seeing him drowned in front of your eyes, and the light of your life dwindle away. Pastor G and Kevin both talk to people in very hard times of their life. They talk to people who a lot of times don't want to talk to anybody. And I can tell you as a minister that way, there's a knack, and I'm not always the greatest at it, but there's a knack to getting people to talk and to open up to somebody they don't know, to somebody they've never met in their life. Why would they ever open up to you? But to talk to that person, and then to trust that what you're going to say to them will be helpful, will be edifying, will help them heal, will help them move on. I don't know. Maybe part of it is that they know that if you sacrifice your time, that you have some altruism in you. You're obviously trying to do that for somebody else. That if you're willing to spend your gas and your money and your time, and I'm going to tell this on Pastor G, and he doesn't know this about me yet, but more than one fireman and policeman has told me they have watched Pastor G hand his sermon with a church full of wonderful people to someone else and go make a Sunday morning call. It's not a job of convenience. It's not a job that you take because, well, I'll kind of fit that in between my other hours and let's see what I can do. It's a job that keeps you on call 24/7, 365, Christmas, New Year's, holidays, and let's be frank about it, more commonly on weekends, holidays, special events. That's when people are hurting. That's when people get hurt. That's when people hurt. And that's when they need you. And I don't think I'm stretching anything to say that they need the love of God. They need the compassion, the healing, the hand holding, the understanding. So for the episode that wasn't, Kevin, we more than forgive you. You were very apologetic, and man, more than anybody, I understand, and I appreciate your efforts, and we're looking forward to having you on our show. Pastor G, I think I owe you lunch, maybe a couple of lunches. To the dedicated people, the men and women that make our village go, under the scenes and behind the scenes that you don't even know about. It's Hot Springs Village, Inside Out, Dennis Simpson, and we will see you next time.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Hot Springs Village, Inside Out, a podcast where Hot Springs Village, Arkansas is the star. Please subscribe to the podcast. You can do that by visiting our website, hsvinsideout.com, and tell a friend.